Welcome to Healing Heart Talks. Today we explore the profound depths of overthinking, revealing the hidden psychology behind your restless mind. Do you often find yourself awake at night, trapped inside a labyrinth of endless thoughts, while the whole world is sleeping peacefully? Society often labels this behavior as a simple bad habit. But the scientific truth behind your racing mind is much more complex. Psychology defines this exhausting mental state as maladaptive rumination, a fascinating phenomenon where your brain refuses to simply pause and rest. It is an endless cognitive loop, continuously replaying past uncertainties and projecting future anxieties onto the screen of your conscious awareness. Imagine your mind as a busy train station where thoughts arrive and depart constantly, leaving you exhausted before the day even begins. This constant mental chatter is not a sign of weakness, but rather an intricate psychological mechanism trying to process overwhelming life experiences. You are not broken or defective. Your brain is simply working overtime, attempting to solve puzzles that might not actually exist yet. Let us dive deep into the biological architecture of your brain to understand why these unstoppable thought spirals happen to you daily. By understanding the root causes of overthinking, we can transform this heavy burden into a profound tool for personal growth and healing. Deep inside your skull, the prefrontal cortex is the master commander responsible for logical planning, complex analysis, and critical problem-solving tasks. In a typical brain, this analytical region powers down during moments of rest, allowing the person to experience genuine peace and quiet. However, for those who think too much, this prefrontal cortex remains highly active, constantly scanning the environment for potential threats and problems. Even when you are relaxing on a comfortable couch, your neurological engine is revving at maximum speed, burning immense amounts of energy. This hyperactive state is closely linked to the default mode network, a specialized brain system that controls your internal dialogues and daydreams. When the default mode network becomes overactive, it generates a continuous stream of inner conversations that can feel incredibly loud and overwhelming. You might find yourself mentally rehearsing conversations that have not happened yet, carefully planning every single word to avoid any potential embarrassment. This neurological combination creates a perfect storm of mental activity, making it nearly impossible to experience a quiet moment of absolute stillness. The brain consumes about 20% of your body energy, and overthinking drains this vital resource much faster than physical labor does. This explains why you often feel physically exhausted after a long day of doing nothing but sitting and thinking about your life. Scientists have discovered that these neural pathways become stronger the more you use them, turning overthinking into an automatic and involuntary reflex. Breaking this ingrained neurological habit requires conscious effort and a deep understanding of why your brain developed this specific pattern of behavior. Your mind is essentially trying to protect you by anticipating every possible negative outcome before it can manifest in your physical reality. It is a misguided defense mechanism, a shield forged from pure thought, designed to keep you safe from unexpected pain and disappointment. To truly heal, we must gently guide the brain back to a state of balance, teaching it that the present is safe. Many psychological experts agree that the roots of chronic overthinking can often be traced back to your early childhood experiences and environments. For many individuals, This mental habit originally developed as a crucial survival strategy during their most vulnerable and formative years of life. Growing up in a highly unpredictable or chaotic environment forces a child to become hypervigilant to every subtle shift in surrounding energy. If you were raised in a home where making a small mistake resulted in severe punishment, your brain quickly learned to adapt. It learned to calculate every possible outcome, analyzing every action and word to avoid triggering anger or disappointment in your primary caregivers. You became a tiny detective, constantly reading facial expressions and body language to predict the emotional weather of your complex family dynamic. This early conditioning wired your developing brain to believe that safety could only be achieved by staying 10 steps ahead of everyone. The tragedy is that while this strategy kept you safe as a child, it now keeps you imprisoned as an independent adult. Your inner child is still desperately trying to control the uncontrollable world by overanalyzing every single detail of your daily adult life. Recognizing this origin story is incredibly liberating because it removes the heavy burden of guilt and shame associated with your racing mind. You are not crazy or broken. You are simply a survivor whose brain is still operating on an outdated and exhausting software. Healing begins when you can look at your anxious inner child with profound compassion, acknowledging the immense effort they made to survive. By offering yourself this gentle understanding, you slowly send a powerful signal to your nervous system that the ancient danger has passed. It takes time and patience to rewire decades of survival conditioning, but the journey toward mental freedom is absolutely worth the effort. As we explore further, you will discover that not all forms of deep thinking are inherently harmful to your overall mental health. Psychology actually categorizes rumination into two distinct types, each having a vastly different impact on your emotional well-being and daily life experience. Understanding the critical difference between these two mental states is the ultimate master key to unlocking a more peaceful and balanced mind. We must learn to separate the destructive spirals of anxiety from the constructive processes of genuine self-reflection and profound emotional growth. Let us look closely at the first type of deep thinking, which can actually serve as a powerful catalyst for personal transformation. This positive variation is known in psychological circles as reflective rumination, an inward journey designed to deeply understand your own authentic self. Reflective rumination involves turning your attention inward with a strong sense of genuine curiosity rather than harsh judgment or overwhelming daily anxiety. When you engage in this healthy process, you are actively seeking to comprehend your core motivations, hidden desires, and complex emotional triggers. This introspective practice significantly increases your emotional intelligence, allowing you to navigate difficult life situations with greater wisdom and profound inner clarity. People who utilize reflective thinking can often transform their painful past experiences into valuable life lessons that guide their future decision-making. It is like being a gentle scientist of your own soul, carefully observing your internal landscape without demanding immediate answers or solutions. However, the dark twin of this positive process is known as brooding rumination, and it is the primary source of your suffering. Brooding rumination is like a broken record, constantly replaying the same negative thoughts without ever moving toward a constructive or helpful resolution. Instead of seeking understanding, brooding focuses entirely on the unfairness of a situation, trapping you in a toxic cycle of victimhood mentality. You find yourself helplessly chewing on problems, obsessing over what went wrong, and punishing yourself for mistakes that cannot ever be changed. This destructive pattern leads directly to decision paralysis, where the overwhelming fear of making the wrong choice prevents you from taking action. Your mind becomes a dark prison cell with walls constructed entirely from endless what-if scenarios and terrifying visions of future catastrophes. The more you brood, the deeper you sink into the quicksand of chronic anxiety, losing all connection to the beautiful present moment. It is crucial to recognize when your healthy reflection slowly mutates into toxic brooding, so you can consciously break the negative cycle. One effective technique is to ask yourself if your current thought process is actively generating a tangible solution to your specific problem. If the answer is no, you are likely trapped in a brooding cycle and must gently redirect your focus to something else. Engaging your physical body through mindful movement or deep breathing can quickly disrupt the neurological loops that sustain this painful mental state. Remember that your thoughts are merely passing clouds in the vast sky of your consciousness, not absolute truths that dictate your reality. Learning to observe these dark clouds without getting swept away by their stormy energy is a profound skill that requires daily practice. As you cultivate this mindful awareness, the grip of brooding rumination will gradually weaken, restoring your natural capacity for joy and peace. But before you completely condemn your overactive mind, there is an incredibly beautiful and unexpected silver lining to this entire psychological phenomenon. Extensive scientific research has revealed that people who chronically overthink often possess a remarkable hidden superpower that greatly benefits human social connection. Because your brain is constantly analyzing subtle details, you have likely developed an extraordinarily high level of what psychologists call cognitive empathy. Cognitive empathy is the rare ability to deeply understand and accurately predict the complex emotional states and perspectives of other human beings. You are highly sensitive to the unspoken social nuances, quickly noticing when a friend is secretly hurting behind their bright, fake smile. Your overactive mind allows you to read the emotional temperature of any room, making you an incredibly compassionate and deeply supportive companion. While your racing thoughts might cause you personal distress, they also transform you into a profoundly empathetic healer for those around you. People are naturally drawn to your deep understanding, finding immense comfort in your ability to truly see their hidden pain and struggles. Your mind, though sometimes exhausting, is a beautifully complex instrument capable of generating profound insights and fostering incredibly deep human emotional connections. The ultimate goal is not to completely destroy your analytical mind, but rather to harness its incredible power for your own benefit. You must learn to ride the powerful waves of your thoughts, rather than allowing yourself to be constantly drowned by their intensity. Start by setting healthy boundaries with your own mind, designating specific times of the day exclusively for deep thinking and problem solving. When the designated time is over, consciously close the mental filing cabinet and permit yourself to fully engage with the present reality. Grounding techniques like focusing on the physical sensations of your breath or the feeling of your feet walking can anchor your awareness. Surround yourself with supportive people who appreciate your deep nature, but also gently remind you to step out of your busy head. Embrace your sensitivity as a unique gift, acknowledging that the very trait causing you pain also allows you to experience profound beauty. The world desperately needs deep thinkers and highly empathetic souls who can navigate the complex emotional landscapes of our modern human existence. Forgive yourself for the times you get lost in the mental maze, and celebrate every small victory when you choose present peace. Your journey toward a balanced mind is a continuous evolution, a gentle dance between profound introspection and joyful participation in daily life. As we conclude our exploration today, take a deep, soothing breath and release the heavy burden of needing to figure everything out. You are perfectly safe in this exact moment, and your beautiful, complex mind finally has the absolute permission to rest and recover. Thank you for joining us on this profound psychological journey into the fascinating depths of the human mind and its many mysteries. We hope this knowledge brings you profound comfort, helping you transform your exhausting overthinking into a powerful tool for genuine self-discovery. Remember to always treat yourself with endless grace, patience, and compassion as you navigate the beautiful complexities of your own inner world. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and share it with someone who might need a gentle reminder of their worth. This is Healing Heart Talks, wishing you a peaceful mind and a joyful heart. Until we meet again in our next video.